Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Florida Gators, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Gators will kick it away to start us off. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Slips through the line. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. Brown wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Using that running game to bludgeon forward, he's got 4 down to the 35. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
He'll try to pick it up on the ground. There he goes. He's at the touchdown, Texas. Once he got some room, it was over.
And this defense really wanted to come out and set the tone and be physical, but the offense did that. They took control. They owned the line of scrimmage. They create the big explosive run on the first drive to really set the tone in this football game.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Wants to throw on first down. Finds the tight end. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
To the air on first down. Shoots it to the left. Hauls it in. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down.
That's a great example of quarterbacks trusting their targets when throwing vertically down the field. There are a lot of quarterbacks that might have shied away from that throw because on the corner route, That receiver was covered, but this QB knew. I've practiced with this guy. We've been in games before, and I know if I just give him a shot, if I can just put it somewhere within his catch radius, this guy is athletic enough to go up and make a big play for me, and you saw that confidence on that.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. The give is to Smith. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Let's take a second to look at the big picture for Florida. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're...
Oh, he's got some space. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
That's got to feel really good for this quarterback. It's early in the game, so these third downs are big. You're trying to get your offense into a rhythm and a flow. Nice job reading the defense. A beautiful pass.
The Gators will have it 1st and 10. Red pass, it's complete. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. The RPO, it's complete. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Gators! These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off-season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
And he makes the extra point. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Brown will throw it. Snagged out of the air. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The Longhorns want to move quickly.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Runs through the tackle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The offense sets up shop at the 46 on 1st down.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
Defense a little too eager on that last one, and now it's 1st and 5. On the ground, it's Lacey. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. And the Longhorns in a good spot here with 2nd and short.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Runs through a tackle. Finds a crease at the 20. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! Boy, did he just scorch that defense with that score.
He shows you all of it, Reese. He's got the speed, he's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Wisconsin is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Camp Randall, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to BYU. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. The give to the back. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
And stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So he got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around to make it an easy pass and catch.
Here's the pressure. Interception. You don't see him make that kind of mistake very often. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
Behind the chains now on second and long. He wants to change this route. Brown wants to pass. Dances away. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
And that goes down as an incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
And the Longhorns will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. One final play before the end of the quarter. Looking downfield on first down. Still from the pocket, fires over the middle. Oh, it's picked off. Looking for more room. And after the turnover, out of bounds at the 12 to set up this offense. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. The run to the left. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
You know, know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Off the play fake. Looking down the middle. Makes the grab. It's Wilson. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Finds a man on the right. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Well, he was trying to do it all by himself. At the end of the day, it's a tackle for loss.
I mean, the number of tackles he broke, at some point, somebody's got to get blocked to help the guy out a little bit.
Man, the defense was like a bunch of zombies on that last play. They just would not stop chasing that ball carrier.
They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play their ability to go sideline to sideline, win at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do we do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of space in there to run. I like getting the ball in the perimeter. You toss it out there, your running back, he gets out there faster. Got a positive gain. Still a couple plays here left, too.
Man, this defense just has so much speed. You saw it on that 3rd down play. The offense is trying to get a quick one, see if they can get a block and maybe spring a guy free, but the pursuit, wow, that was so good defensively.
They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. He slides that just inside the right upright. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll move the wide receiver. Snags a quick pass on the left.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That really good play by this defense, seeing it, attacking it, going and getting it. Obviously, they're running the RPO. They weren't fooled. They played the run, came up, made a nice tackle, got the running back on the ground.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. Turning it on! And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Longhorns! No midseason concentration lapse here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, take a gander at what's happening in this interesting battle in the Pac-12. Iowa is getting dominated today, and friends, the folks in Iowa City deserve better than this. No excuse ever for this kind of a clunker of a showing. They're trailing by 14 to South Carolina. If anything changes in this pivotal Pac-12 matchup, guys, you know we're here to bring it to you.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. He wants to go deep. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Brown will throw it. Finds his man in the middle. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a chance. And he's brought down after a nice gain. On first down from the 13-yard line.
Check, check. Black 33, black 18, black 18. Check, check. Ready, free switch. Ready, free.
They'll run it in the red zone. It's Gibson. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. The Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. Leaves it with the back. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Splits the uprights right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Corners are going to bail. Off play action on first down. He tries to take the top off. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. Don't think that one made it 10 yards before they got the eager paws on top of it, and the flags will fly. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll give it to the back. Nice move to keep running.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Fires to the middle. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
He'll try to do it himself. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
Headed to the end zone, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
And right down the middle. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Their lead now down to 14. Might feel a little game pressure on this drive. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Longhorns in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Brown wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
Finding open areas. Got enough for the first. It's a seam wide open. Touchdown, Texas! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible, because he'll make it happen.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. He'll start this drive firing. He's got an open man. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Looking to throw on first down. Rushes on him. They get to him as he throws. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Let's go. Right.
Brown will throw it. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on fourth down. Makes the grab. It's Gibson. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
Well, It's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Gibson. He rumbles ahead for 6 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Here's the handoff. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. They'll run it. It's Lacey. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Longhorns are in the hurry-up. Right back to the well. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Grabbed over the middle, it's Williams. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
This is kind of like Vegas and gambling. You got a big completion there on 3rd down. You've set up 4th. You could take the field goal and take the easy money, but you might decide to roll the dice here, stay on the field, and go for it on 4th down, hoping to get a touchdown.
No good. After the missed field goal, hey, could be worse. They're still up by 21. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Unloads to the wideout. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Crosses the 35. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass. He was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the 1st down. That play is going to help their momentum. They need more scramble plays like that from him.
A strike downfield. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much, and the defense made him pay. They get a massive, massive sack, and this offense loses a ton of yards.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Well, this defense has been dominating their opponent all game long, and I think you're really seeing the fruits of their labor on the recruiting trail. They have got some dudes up front, out of high school, in the portal, and those guys are just wreaking havoc on this offensive line.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Makes a catch. 1st down and maybe a lot more. Touchdown, Gators. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Here comes the Texas offense. A bit frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, see if they can redeem themselves. Breaks into the open. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a 1st down at the 22.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles, well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
Snagged in the middle. It's Gibson.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with the lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
Brown wants to pass. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a great example of the D-line playing with tremendous awareness. That player knew he was not going to get to the quarterback, wasn't going to sack him. So he slowed himself down, got under control, located the quarterback, and then got his big paws in the air to knock it away.
Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27. Running behind that left side. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Longhorns will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking for a deep man. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the 4th quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asking to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands, and that is a missed opportunity.
Unloads it left. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the 1st down.
This defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
They just keep firing. Fires to the wideout. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped him.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. And wings it incomplete.
Man, how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Makes the catch. It's Brown. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last 3rd down. Let's see.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. And guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week too. So you need some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB that can make those big plays for you.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Wingo. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. The Longhorns send out the punt unit. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Offense in a bunch formation. Running back searching for a hole. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. And the Gators racing to the line in the hurry-up. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. There he goes. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
He's got it on the move, and he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
To the air on second down. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Couldn't fight his way out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety. They'll get set for the free kick after the safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Wants to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Smith. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. The hurry up now. Second down. Clock ticking. Gets it out quickly. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Throws toward the end zone. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. They'll try the left side. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Big third down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on third down.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Sends it back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Overton. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
And how about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Their defense came up with a big stop now to see if they can turn it into points. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning. From the 25-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man quickly. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. The Gators trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. With the run on 1st and goal. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, 2nd down coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and here in the final minute, they still have a chance.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
They were ready for the onslaught. That's a fumble. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He wants a big play here late. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And you absolutely expect those shots from this offense, and I love it. The defense was prepared. You got to know where the burners are. You know he can go, so you got to play that deep route. They play it great. Don't give up the big play. Stay deep, and don't let anyone get behind you.
Makes the grab, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock as the offense moves closer, trying to pull it out. The Gators headed quickly to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Keeps looking downfield. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Well, it's the 4th quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked up.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Got it in the middle, it's Jackson. Brought down at the 28, a chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a 1st down. Gotta find a completion on this one. Deep shot for the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.